collectively today to speak out about what is happening here at the Harris County Jail. Enough is enough. There are too many young African American men and black men, period, dying in this jail under very suspicious circumstances. There are too many deputies, as we've been seeing here lately, that's being charged with violating the human and civil rights of inmates in this jail. Just because a man is charged with a crime does not mean he's guilty of that crime. And just because a man is charged with a crime does not mean that he no longer has human and civil rights and constitutional protections. The Harris County Jail has become the house of death in Houston, Texas. This is the biggest funeral home, the biggest morgue in Harris County is the Harris County Jail. It is sad to learn that this place is so severely understaffed. This place is extremely overworking workers and deputies who are so frustrated with stress to where you don't have the appropriate funds to hire the appropriate people to work in facilities like this. You're picking and choosing from the bottom of the barrel because you don't have the money to hire qualified people that should be working in jails like this with some sense of humanity. A lot of these brothers are being beaten, being stomped, being choked, being slammed, necks broken, backs broken, arms broken, internal bleeding, organs being punctured from beatings at the hands of deputies. This is a fact. Enough is enough. Too many young men are dying in this jail, and we demand immediate changes right now to what is taking place in this jail. This place is the house of death. The Harris County Jail is the house of death, whether we like it or not. And those in this jail, some of them, are being stuck in this jail because the courts are moving so slow. The courts are just resetting and resetting and resetting and resetting, leaving them to wallow and live in squalor. Some in this jail have even sent pictures anonymously that the conditions are less than a third world country. This is a shame what's taking place in this jail, and we demand immediate change. If the FBI needs to step in, the Department of Justice to step in and take over this jail, well then what are you waiting on? Because if it was the same number of young white men dying in this jail like this young black men, they would have came in a long time ago and did something about this. This mother's son just passed in this jail, and she was speaking about the crazy circumstances of how she learned about her son's death, just to show you the blatant level of insensitivity when it comes to notifying families and loved ones of what's happening with their loved ones in this jail. And say your son, say.
My son is Kevin Leon Smith Jr. I got an inside call from social media stating that my son passed away. They seen him laying in the bunk. His pants was urine. They was already wet. When they picked him up on the stretcher, they made like they was doing CPR, which was not true. When I called, no one reached out to me. Finally, a chaplain called me close to 1 o'clock. Y'all stated my son was transported to Bentorp Hospital. He was out Harris County system at 9:12 a.m. How did y'all even know he was dead at 9:12 a.m.? If you go on your records and look now, it's stating my son is still active in Harris County on the 5th floor. Not he's deceased. He had court February the 3rd, which he was coming home that Friday. Y'all reset it and said he'll be reset to next February the 24th. How you reset a deceased body? That's what I'm not understanding. Then when I called up here, I have to call up here and let them know my son dead in the custody of them. He wasn't at home, he was in their custody. Whether they overstaffed, understaffed, and all that, I know for a fact you have 2 guards that watches that floor at night. Kevin wasn't in the 1 or 2 cell. He was housed in the big cell where it was opening. Nobody seen nothing, supposedly, but I have some that's willing to talk, but I don't want to put them children in danger for their parents to get the same call saying that they left. They scared to say something because the guard, as they said, whooping their ass. But this one right here, Kevin Leon Smith Jr., Zydeco Kevo gonna shake the world. This body right here is not gonna stop till we get justice. I want everybody that supposedly did CPR, everybody that supposedly transported them, the staff that was working that night, the ones that watched the switchboard. I want camera footages full. If I got to pay and give my last dime, this death right here would not go unsolved. Then y'all have the nerves to call me and tell me I can come pick up his property, a cell phone, and clothes that when y'all locked my son up, July the 1st, y'all got a newspaper article that was just printed out Wednesday stating he's from Katy. He's not. Stating that he was 24 years old on a $10,000 bond. Not. Stating that y'all just served my house July the 26th.
July 26th.
He was in y'all custody. Who did y'all serve papers to?
Who did they serve?
And it's sad. It's truly sad. I'm just holding together. Then when I call up here to get information,
Tell us we not the parent. He'll say he have no next of kin.
and I know,
He has no next of kin, but we is his mother and father.
and I'm
But y'all
asking,
saying he had no next of kin, they wouldn't give us no information.
and,
None.
and
Until the lawyer called.
I don't know if he a sergeant or deputy. Bailey was the phone call when I called. I spoke with that one. He told me my son was moved to TDC. You cannot move a body to TDC if you haven't got charged of a crime. Oh my God! How did you move him to TDC? They moved my son to Guards Derby unit, which he was happy even though he was locked up. Mama, we eating good. They clean up here. I was able to see my son.
He let them talk to him, had a pad, they can talk, we can see
My
everything.
son gets shipped. He gets shipped back to Harris County custody, and I find out he dead. Y'all not even giving these people hygiene stuff. Even when I was doing commissary, y'all wasn't even giving him his package. Saying it wasn't even went through.
Wasn't getting nothing. He called and said, Pop, I ain't get it. Yeah, it's there. We sent it. But he kept saying he ain't get it. He wasn't getting nothing.
This one right here is it's hard. And the only thing y'all look at is, oh, look what he charged with, this and that. Yeah, but y'all ain't proven guilty. A guilty person wasn't coming home. I don't give a damn if he sat out here and shot 9 people. At the end of the day, they don't give nobody no right to take nobody. You got serial killers and everybody up out here still. Y'all letting them out on $2 bond. They come out and do the same thing. Really? Y'all don't have the decency to call and tell a parent, a family, nothing that's going on with their loved ones in here.
Even my brother.
He's just a number. I lost my brother-in-law 3 weeks prior to that.
Gary Wayne Smith is my big brother.
The third victim that got
He was the third
killed.
victim here. Said he died of a seizure. You don't have seizures. They ain't have seizures.
Y'all still don't have a motive how Kevin died up in here. Y'all just told me it was emergency medical. What emergency medical? I'm his mother, and I ain't never known he had emergency medical.
Ever.
Mom, can you give us your full name, please, and how do you spell it?
Tracy Lee Woodson Smith. TracyLeeWoodson SMITH.
Dad, did you want to say something? It's hard to pick up multiple voices.
Right,
Just
sorry.
Stuff like that. And tell us your name first, please.
How y'all doing? My name is Kevin Smith, Sr. Kevin Jr. was my son. He's out of Kokevo. The spelling of my name is KevinLeonsmith, Sr. All I'm saying is, it's too much going on. We just talked to my son the night before. She called me and she say, I wasn't gonna tell you. She say, baby, but he be home Friday. She was so excited. He was excited. He told her, he say, Mama, I gotta get off the phone with y'all because I need to call everybody and let them know that party is going down. 2 things I always told my son I never want to see him. Jail or locked up. Locked up or dead. My son in both places. He in both places, man. Somebody needs to come. Something got to come, man. He just got to come on with it. He got to come with it, man. For real. For real, they got to come with this one.
We know.
And then my brother, on top of that, my brother, 2.5 weeks before that, my brother passed. Then my son was the last person to see my brother because he called us and said, Pop, I just saw Uncle Gary pass by. He never made it back to the cell. Never made it back.
In the infirmary.
Am I in the form? He dead.
Before I say something else, let Dr. Matthews.
All right, I'm Dr. Candace Matthews. I'm in the capacity of the vice chair for the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats statewide. Ed Gonzalez is one of our candidates that we endorse, and we also will hold him accountable to ensure that this atrocity